Shadow. List. Shadow.
Last time, something went quiet in you. We talked about the hunger to be seen. And somewhere in there, maybe just for a moment, you stopped auditioning. You let yourself be enough. And something that had to be loud your whole life went still. I want you to hold on to that feeling tonight. Don't lose it, because you're going to need it for what comes next. But I have to be honest with you. If you have ever felt a peace like that and then watched it slip away, felt yourself settle, and then days later you're back in the noise, the mask, the chase, and you can't understand why it never lasts, there is the reason. And tonight I have to show it to you, because the peace doesn't slip away by accident. Something takes it from you. Something patient, something you have never been shown. So tonight, the tour changes. For the 6 episodes, I walked beside you softly. I kept my voice low. I kept your guard down. I never pointed at you and said, "This is you." I walked you through room after room like a guest, not a prisoner, because that was mercy, and mercy had to come first. Tonight I have to do something different. Tonight I have to show you who built the rooms, because you have seen what happens inside the Shadow Realm, the mask, the chase, the need to be seen, but you have been walking through it like it's an empty house, a place you wandered into by accident, a condition that just happened to you. It didn't just happen to you. This is a kingdom. It has a king, it has servants, and it has a method, a merciless, patient, brilliant method for bringing good men in. And I know the method. I know it because I have been in the war. So tonight, we stop touring. Tonight, we go to war. Welcome back to the Clear Path of the Warrior Guide, Season 1, The Shadow Realm. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. Everything until now, I gave you gently. Tonight, I'm going to give you everything. The hidden things, the technique, the way the dark actually works. Brought into the light, all of it, so it can never work on you in the dark again. This is the most important night of the whole descent, because once you've seen the kingdom for what it is, you will never walk through your own life the same way again. The kingdom and the war to protect the light. Let me ask you a question this whole episode turns on. Those rooms where you walk through, the mask, the chase, the validation, the men trapped in them, millions of them, lost, exhausted, performing, running. Do you think they chose that? Do you think every man in the Shadow Realm woke up one day and decided, yes, I'll spend my whole life behind a mask, chasing a horizon that doesn't exist, starving for approval of people who don't know me? No man chooses that, not one. So how did the rooms get full? Here's the truth I came back to tell you. The rooms don't fill themselves, somebody fills them. The Shadow Realm is not a passive place you drift into. It's a kingdom, and a kingdom grows. It wants more souls, more rooms, more darkness. And a kingdom that wants to grow needs one thing above all: recruiters. The men in those rooms didn't wander in, they were brought, walked in one reasonable step at a time by something that knew exactly what it was doing. And once you see that, once you understand that the realm has intent, everything changes, because now you're not looking at an empty house anymore. You're looking at occupied territory, and somewhere in it right now, something is walking towards you. Let me name it plainly, no metaphor, no veil, because the time of soft has passed. There is the deceiver. The old books call him the Whisperer, the adversary, the one who fell. Whatever name you carry for him, he is real. He's not a symbol. He's not a feeling. He's not negativity. He is a real intelligence whose entire purpose is to pull human beings away from their creator, away from the light, down into the dark with him. And here's the single most important thing you will ever understand about him. He has no power of his own. He cannot make you do anything. He cannot force a single hand. He cannot lift a finger in your life directly. The deceiver is not strong. He is cunning. All he has is whisper, a suggestion, a voice that makes the wrong thing sound right. So how does a king with no power build a kingdom? He works through people. That is the whole secret. He can't touch you himself, so he uses the men around you. He recruits human beings, fills them with the inversion, and sends them out as his hands. Every betrayal you have ever suffered, every theft, every cruelty, every wrong, there was a person doing it. Behind the person, moving the person, was the whisper the person couldn't even hear anymore. The deceiver is the king. The kingdom is his structure, and the recruiter, the wounded men carrying his inversion, are his hands. Mystic and real, both at once, because that's exactly what it is. Now I have to show you the most merciful and the most terrifying part, because this is where you stop hating the recruiters and start understanding them. How does a man become a recruiter? He doesn't sign up. There is no ceremony. It happens the same way the light goes out of a room when the sun sets, slowly, gradually, 1 degree at a time, until you're sitting in the dark and you don't even remember how it got that way. Here's the mechanism. Every commandment you ignore, every wrong you choose, every sin you don't turn back from, it dims the light in your heart just a little. And a heart with less light sees less truth. So the next wrong choice is easier. It makes more sense. The line that was clear yesterday is blurry today. Dim the light and the heart hardens. Harden the heart and the guidance can't reach it. And when the guidance can't reach a man, the only voice left speaking to him is the inverted one. This is the disease the old book warned about, the sealed heart. Their hearts are sealed so they cannot understand. It's not a punishment dropped from the sky. It's a consequence. A man seals his own heart, one unrepented choice at a time, until wrong is the only thing that feels right to him. And that's a recruiter, not a monster, not a villain twirling a mustache, a man whose light went out so gradually that he mistook the darkness for sight, a man who is being taught, guided by the wrong guide and doesn't know it. To him, the inversion isn't evil. It's wisdom. It's how the world works. It's just being smart. So when he comes for you, he won't even feel like he's hurting you. He'll feel like he's teaching you, showing you how it really is. That's why you can't hate him. He's a casualty too. He's the deepest proof of how merciless the kingdom is. It didn't just trap him, it turned him into a trap for others and convinced him it was strength. Mercy first, even here, even with the blade drawn. The war is on the deceiver and the inversion, never on the wounded man carrying it. Now the technique, the hidden thing, the reason I had to go to war tonight instead of touring. Here's how the recruiters come for you. He uses the same words I do. That's the deception. That's the whole trick. The agency doesn't come for you sounding like evil. Evil with horns or a growl. You'll run from that. Anyone would. The deceiver is far too cunning for that. He comes sounding like guidance, like wisdom, like a friend who only wants what's best for you. He comes with his guard down, so yours goes down. The exact same I've kept yours down for the 6 episodes. Listen to how reasonable it sounds. If they hurt you, hurt them back. Look out for yourself. No one else will. Take what's yours before someone else takes it. Trust no one. They'll only let you down. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes. Every one of those sounds like strength. Sounds like protection. Sounds like a man finally wising up to how the world really is. And that's the agency's entire mission. Stated in one line. to make everything wrong feel right, to take cruelty and call it justice, to take betrayal and call it strategy, to take selfishness and call it survival, to take the breaking of every commandment and call it freedom. They invert the heart so completely that the sin feels like the sane response and the mercy feels like weakness. And here's why it works. A man with no compass, a man who's never built his mind, never submitted to true guidance, never steadied his heart. That man cannot tell the two voices apart because both voices speak softly, both claim to help him, and he has no reference for the true one. So the inverted one sounds like the only one in the room. That's how a good man gets recruited. Not argued, not forced, whispered in the language of the very guidance he was starving for. But the whisper alone isn't enough. A man with any light left will resist a whisper. So the agency doesn't lead with a whisper, it leads with a wound. Here's how it actually gets you. They don't argue you into the dark, they hurt you into it. They come to betray you, they come to rob you, to lie to you, to steal from you, to take the things you trusted them with and break it. And they do it because that's exactly how the realm grows, not in spite of cruelty, but through it. The cruelty is the strategy. Why? Follow it, because this is the engine of the whole kingdom. When you get hurt badly enough, when someone you trusted betrays you, something happens inside you. You stop trusting. You start believing you weren't worthy of being faithful to. You feel somewhere deep unworthy, and a wounded, untrusting, unworthy man does what any man in pain does. He goes looking for medicine. And the only medicine the Shadow Realm sells is the mask, the chase, the validation, the numbing. Every room we already walked in through. The wound creates the need, and the need is the door. That's the recruitment. That's the whole machine. They wound you. The wound makes you reach for relief, and the relief they offer pulls you deeper in. And the raw moment of the wound, when you're bleeding and furious and betrayed, that's exactly when the whispers arrive, sounding like the only sane voice left. Now you see, hurt them back. Trust no one. Take first. This is how the world really is. The wound opens the door, and the agency walks through it, speaking the language of mercy. So how do you survive a voice that sounds exactly like guidance? I am going to give you the weapon, the one thing the deceiver can never get around. Carry this for the rest of your life and you will never be recruited. The agency can imitate the words of the guide. It can copy every sentence, every reasonable tone, every "I only want what's best for you." But it can never imitate the direction. So you stop asking, what's this voice saying? Because the words can be faked, and you start asking the one question that can't be faked. Where does this voice lead my heart? Towards purity or towards stain? Towards mercy or towards the wound? That's the test. The true guide always leads you to light, towards forgiveness, towards release, towards becoming cleaner than you were. The whisper always leads you towards the dark, towards resentment, towards the blade, towards becoming a little more like the thing that hurts you. Two voices, same words, opposite directions. Protect yourself can come from the guide or the deceiver. So don't judge the words. Watch the way they're walking your heart. If a voice is leading you towards bitterness, towards revenge, towards sealing yourself off and taking what you can, that voice is the agency, no matter how wise it sounds. And if the voice is leading you towards mercy, towards release, towards the light, even when it's the harder road, that's the true one. The deceiver can wear the guide's face. He can never walk the guide's road. And now you know how to tell. Now I have to tell you something, and then I have to do something hard. The thing I have to tell you is this: the men locked up in the deepest rooms of the Shadow Realm, the ones broken the worst, hurt the most, buried the furthest down, they're not the weak ones. They are the best ones. Because the agency doesn't waste its finest work on men who were already half gone. It spends everything, its most patient recruiters, its cruelest betrayals, its deepest cuts on the men with the most light. Because the light is what they're after. The light is what's worth stealing. The purer the heart, the harder they come. Because the purer the heart, the more there is to take. So if you're hurting badly right now, if the cut went deep, if the betrayal nearly ended you, I need you to hear what that actually means. It doesn't mean you were weak. It means you were worth it. The depth of your wound is the measure of the light you were carrying. They came that hard because of how good you were. And here's the hard thing I have to do now. I have to take you to the door of the deepest room, and I have to leave you there. Not because I'm abandoning you, but because I can't carry you through what comes next. You have to walk it, or it won't free you. The spiral is coming, the longest day, the body sinking, the web, and it will have no mercy on you. The agency doesn't ease up once it has you in the deep. It presses harder. And if you haven't already done the work, if you haven't already built a steady mind, a strong body, a heart already submitted to true guidance, then when the voices come in the dark, you won't be able to tell them apart. You will have no reference for the true one, and the inverted one will sound like the only voice in the room. That's why everything after this matters. That's why I'm not rescuing you. That's why I'm not rescuing you yet. Because the only way you will ever recognize that voice that wounded you is to go down into the dark room where it's the loudest, carrying the one weapon I just gave you, and finally hear the difference for yourself. I'll be on the other side of it, I promise you that. But the room, you walk alone. So here's where we are. For 6 nights, you thought you were wandering an empty house. Tonight you learn it's a kingdom. It has a king, a deceiver with no power but the whisper. It has a structure, and it has recruiters. Wounded men with sealed hearts, carrying an inversion they mistake for wisdom, sent out to fill the rooms. They come using the guide's own words. They come to wound you, because the wound is the door, and the deepest of the rooms hold the best men, because the best light is what they come to steal. I brought all of this into light tonight. Every hidden technique, not to frighten you, to arm you, because the method you can see can never work on you in the dark again. I went into that war, I came back, and I came back for one reason, to stand here between you and the kingdom, and to hand you the sword. Watch where the voices lead your heart, carry that, and no whisper, your life can recruit you. The descent is over, the deepest rooms are still ahead. But you don't go unarmed anymore, even when you walk the room by yourself. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. Before the kingdom ever sent someone to make you forget. I know the enemy's face. Now you do too. Walk with me.
Walked alone with my shadow, till the lies fell to none. And the life they were chasing turned to dust, while my deeds built the one. Every deed plants a tree in a place no eye can see, and everything this world calls winning was quietly taken from me. Some wins cut deeper than losses, some losses set men free, and the trees I planted in silence became the shade protecting me.
This podcast and everything we're building here has been brought to you by Spartan Builders. The Builders Plug, a Spartan Builders company. Building the world and the men building it.